Welcome back to Ginger Kid Outdoors. On today's video, I'm going to be going over the American Precision Arms Little Bastard. Now this is a 3-port brake that is, the threading on it is for 5/8 by 24, and it's a 30 cal brake for anything 30 cal and underneath that will use that 5/8 by 24 thread pitch. Now what I also ordered with it is this brake is a self-timing brake with a lock nut on the back of it, and I ordered the cone of shame that American Precision Arms also makes that will help deflect the baffles away from the shooter when you're shooting. So I'm going to go ahead and use my test platform that I'm going to be going is my Savage 110 Tactical and 308. This is model 57007 through Savage. It's equipped, as I mentioned, with a 5/8 by 24. This is a BA contour. It's going to be a full bull barrel as opposed to a taper system. I figured that'll be a good platform to test out this muzzle brake on to see what kind of a reduction in recoil I do get. I would also be interested in finding out what the point of impact is going to be for a shift, since I will be putting basically a weight at the end of the barrel, and that will mess with the harmonics a little bit. I can't imagine it's going to be anything more than like maybe a few inches in either direction, but hopefully it will be something that will be manageable. And then I'm going to also see if there will be an impact shift, since that cone of shame is a little bit heavier than what the regular nut is, if that'll cause any changes as well. So let's go ahead, get some magazines loaded up. I'm going to be using the Amend 2 5-round magazines that are made for the AICS magazine pattern, and I'm going to be shooting AAC 175 grain OTM. This is the latest order I just got in of the 175s by AAC. They did seem to shoot the best that I had. I've got a Harris bipod set up on the front. This is the leg notch swivel model, and then I've got a shooter's ridge bag in the back. So I'll go ahead, get some magazines loaded up, and we'll get to shooting before it gets too dark. First up will be 5 rounds of 175 OTM by AAC. That is 5 rounds of the 175 OTM by AAC. Next up, I'm going to install the muzzle brake, and we're going to shoot 5 rounds and see what we have for a difference in recoil. I've got 5 rounds loaded up in the magazine, and I have the American Precision Arms Little Bastard brake installed. Let's go ahead, shoot the round, see if we have any change in point of impact and what it looks like on my slow motion for a difference in recoil. There's definitely a air wave that is shot back toward you, the shooter. That was the first thing I noticed. Next up, I have what is called the Cone of Shame by American Precision Arms. This replaces the timing nut that is on the brake in order to basically deflect that air blast that's coming out of the back chambers away from the shooter. Go ahead and install this, load back up, and we'll see if that changes anything. Oh, but first, I guess I should finish shooting my rounds. Now they're complete. I've got another 5 rounds of the 175 OTM loaded up, and I have the Cone of Shame, as American Precision calls it, installed in place of the lock nut on the brake. Go ahead, shoot 5 rounds with it, and we're going to see if there's any noticeable difference. I should be able to tell on the first shot. Okay, that is 5 rounds. I would say it's noticeably not as much backblast coming toward the shooter, which is a nice thing. Hopefully it'll kind of pick up more on video with the grass all around me. I don't know how well my groups are going to be. I've got an issue when it comes to shooting prone, where when my head is resting against the stock for any long periods of time, like honestly over a couple minutes, I'll start to get pain going down the middle of my back and up through my neck. And if I try to hold it for too long, my vision starts to gray out. So that's why you see me doing a lot of shooting off of a table rather than prone. But prone is traditionally more stable, but because of the pain and stuff that I get in my back, I end up having to usually rush shots. So for me, it's basically a trade-off. So kind of a disappointment, but I guess that's what you get when you start getting old. Well, this is a rather large disappointment for today. This is the first 5 rounds I fired. I'm looking at easily well over probably pushing a 3-inch group. I am now shooting out at 200 yards. Yeah, probably maybe 2.5 to 3 MOA, I guess I should say. But the other two groups I fired did not even hit the paper. The first one with the muzzle brake on it was aiming at this point of aim. No hits on paper. With the collar on it, was aiming at the center target. No hits on paper. This is the original sight and target I used when I was doing the shooting at 200. Yeah, if it's got that big of a point of impact shift for 200 yards that you can't even hit at this point, that's freaking crazy. So I'm definitely not going to be using that muzzle brake on that rifle. I'll go back to just dealing with the recoil. If it's going to be that much of a change, I mean, that's just crazy. Just to verify that there was nothing wrong with the rifle and it was the brake that was throwing the point of impact off by more than a couple feet in some areas. So okay, that's 5 rounds. Let's walk back down to the target and see what we have for a group and see if there's something wrong with the rifle or if that muzzle brake just moves that point of impact that much. I was expecting like a few inches, but nothing that would actually miss that piece of paper, considering it's, I think, a 14-inch wide by 24 or 27 inches overall length. And with that last, using the collar, aiming pretty much at the center of the target, that gives you a lot of paper to be able to have an impact on, and there was no impacts on any of it except for the first 5-round group. Definitely safe to say it is a issue with that muzzle brake and possibly the, well, muzzle brake didn't even impact paper. This would have been the group I just got done shooting at 200 here with just the muzzle protector on, the thread protector, I guess I should say. You're looking at a 1, 2, not quite a 3-inch group there. It's probably still going to be, I'm guessing, probably under around 2 MOA maybe. So, but a lot of that is going to be me, not the gun or the ammo. So all in all, I'm still not too displeased with being able to shoot that. My first group here was a lot better, but that can be the way it goes. Your first group when you're not filming anything might be the best one you have of the day. So, but all in all, I would say I am fairly sighted in here. Windage wise is pretty good. Elevation is about the only thing I'd have questions on, but I'm shooting at, as I mentioned, 200 yards on 12 power on the Burris scope. So, but yeah, that's definitely good to see that it isn't the rifle that is the problem with the point of impact. Well, this is pretty much going to conclude my video today on the APA, or American Precision Arms, little bastard brake. Now with this rifle, I will not continue using it on it, just because of the disappointment that I have with the point of impact shift. I'm obviously going to have to do a lot more testing with it in order to see at like even 50 to 100 yards if I can even get it on paper, and then see if there's any kind of a group with it there. I mean, only time will tell. I might end up using it specifically on my 6.5 Creedmoor that I have in the exact same rifle. I mean, you're looking at, between the brake and the collar that goes on it, that cone of shame, almost $200, and that is a pretty pretty substantial waste of money in my opinion for the for what I got for results. But I will say what has not been a waste of money is my coat and my jeans I have on here. What I have here is an unlined coat by Farmer Rain, and this just came in probably about a week ago. It was a order I placed. Also, you saw previously in the video is my custom 3-pocket. Now, as I mentioned, this is a custom coat, but it is a little bit shorter than what the unlined coat is here. And the nice thing is with the unlined coat in the shiny blue or these rain jeans that I was wearing in the video today, both of those are available at farmerrain.com right now, and you don't have to wait any long periods of time in order to get anything custom ordered made. I do prefer using a lot of their rainwear. It has been probably, for price versus quality, probably one of the best values out there. It is a little bit like more expensive than what you will see with like cheap rainwear, that kind of stuff, but I mean, I do spend all my time outdoors, and you're always going to be around a lot of like mud and dirt. I spend a lot of time rain. I do a lot of storm photography and stuff like that. So this clothes that I get from Farmer Rain has been just fantastic. So it's a great company that is in Sweden, and their products are manufactured in facilities either in Poland or in Sweden. So they're decent European countries that you can feel safe to purchase from. And it is a small family-owned business as well, so I do kind of like that, the fact that I'm helping out like a family-owned business. I haven't found anything that's really U.S. manufactured that's the same kind of like material as what Farmer Rain is using. So if you're interested in some decent raincoats, go ahead to www.farmerrain.com. Also, the nice thing is Black Friday is just around the corner, and they have some great Black Friday deals that will be going on all that weekend. So go to their website and go check them out. But other than that, that will be pretty much it for today's video. Really starting to cool off with the sun going down, so hopefully I got a nice sunset in the background. So yeah, I didn't have too much issues with wind today. It's supposed to be a 15 to 18 mile an hour wind with possibilities of mid high 20s for gusts. But with the way I'm kind of stuck in a bowl here with trees all around me, I don't have too much of an issue with wind. So other than that, I mean, pretty much as I mentioned, that will conclude my video for today.